14h59.
Okay, marathon continues with the metal in all its forms and shapes. Okay, now metal packaging is a high-end materials pushing back boundaries all the time. Circular economy, eco-design, infinite recycling. It's obvious in the modern world. On our stage with Olivier DRAULLETTE, General Delegate for SNFBM, the trade union for the makers of packages and cans. Sylvain, JUNGFER, Delegate General for BCME Boîte, metal and aluminum cans. And Bruno, NARCY, Director of LEREM, the Lab for Studies and Research into metal packages. All right. Olivier DRAULLETTE. Metal packages is 35% lighter than it was 20 years ago. You're a very discreet industry, so people don't know about you. Yes, of course. Yeah, we ignore this because we started earlier than the others. When you see metal packages today, you realize that the cans, which do not seem to have changed, have really changed inside and outside. And you have different moldings on cans, which make it possible to save on 35% of materials for the same resilience and sturdiness. There's a lot of work in R&D behind this year after year. We started earlier than the others. It seems quite ungrateful. Metal is recyclable infinitely. It is recyclable infinitely. Why? Because basically, metal boxes or cans are made from a permanent material. What is a permanent materials? Which is coming from fossil materials, processed coal, iron ore is, and bauxite are processed into aluminum. We'll show you a video of the process. The advantage of a permanent material when you have a package with a material which is permanent, which is cleanly put into the yellow trash can at the end of its life. It is recycled automatically to turn into something else. As you can see on the screen, it becomes a bucket. Anyway, we have developed in the industry, it's a concept which was obvious to us. You recycle infinitely. Ad infinitum, you have a logo code, infinitely recyclable metal, so that the consumer bears in mind that what it has must be put into the recycling bin to be reprocessed and reconverted. People don't know this yet. How is it modern to pick a metal container? That's why you pick it. Yes, first, it meets the concerns of sustainable development and circular economy, being able to recycle a product infinitely, but also you've got a lot of research and development, which is in eco-design, as in the food contact. We have replaced all the varnishes. We have removed all the varnishes inside the boxes to remove BPA, bisphenol A, since 2013. It's a lot of work being achieved through all the industry to conform to the French laws, which are changing all the time. Now, let us talk about the metal trash. Is it collected sufficiently, permanent material, recyclable infinitely? Well, the consumer must bear in mind that if you put it in the yellow bin, it will be automatically recycled. What's important is collecting the packages after their service life. Yeah, life is being renewed with this permanent material. You've got to adapt the sorting centers, which are equipped with like magnetic conveyor belts to pick up metal and steel. But you have to automate aluminum with Foucault Currents. You're representing the French packaging for cans, and your members are the Boîte, Ardac, ArcelorMittal Group, Sylvain JUNGFER for steel, accounting for 55% of the cans, or Constellium for aluminum, representing the rest of the industry. Is the metal can doing well? The metal can is doing very well. 5 billion cans are produced in France every year. 5 billion, God! Growth rate is 5% per annum over the last 5 years, double that of European growth. And you can see this on the slide. It involves 4,000 direct and indirect jobs, 28 plants. R&D status, 250 million euros invested in France by our members, and large brands, major brands are using this. It's an industry doing quite well. It's also consumption, which is expanding. It was increased fourfold over the last 20 years, and you've got about 75 cans consumed per person per year in France. More than bread? Not really, not really. Okay. And retailers, major retailers, distribute 75% of all the cans. You're right, 75%. And packaging, the packaging is the most present outside retail in the out-of-home market, for example. 25% of our cans are sold and consumed out of home, or 1 billion out of the 5 billion cans. It's quite hard to sort. Let's talk about the effective recycling. 3 cans out of 4 are recycled, so people are sorting quite well. It's fine. Olivier talked about this. You talked about this together. You need more yellow bins or yellow trash can to put the cans in the right bin. Plus the Foucault's currents must be used to recycle aluminum. The Foucault's currents, 3 out of 4 cans are recycled. So I guess through this sorting process and through our program, Every Can Counts, people are getting accustomed to recycling a package which is said to be recyclable infinitely. This program, Chaque canette compte, Every Can Counts, well, you could add, it was launched a few years back in 2010 to help collecting cans out of home. You're talking about beaches, for example. Not really people at the beach, clean holidays, you know, where you've got cans that are consumed outside holiday time. But anyway, it's a program for companies, what is consumed at work, and at the same time, during big events. We've been present for several years with all the 24 hours of the Mans race, the Lille Braderie, the Lille Raffle, the Tour de France race. We have 36 partners, and since the start of the program, we collected about 40 million cans, which would have been buried or incinerated. It means 3,000 tons of CO2, which are being saved. People like this, 1,500 sites or have green bins. You have a lot of cans consumed at music festivals. Our partners out there, we have a lot of expert. It's an original program, Chaque canette compte, which made it possible to sign a partnership with Emballages for 3 years, which will be renewed, and with Coca-Cola Company for major events where they give out free Coca-Cola cans. Emballages provides funding for small companies or associations collecting the cans out of home. Exactly, it's quite virtuous. Emballages certifies that the packages collected by partners were recycled and add money and contribute to money for each ton. We also do cardboard and plastic, so you're responsible players. Well done, guys. In covering metal media-wise, you have disseminated a report with the help of a journal. It's part of the week on environment, International Environmental Week. We have a partnership with Mon Quotidien et Mon Petit Quotidien, magazines from 6 to 14 years old. We explain how to sort, and in a playful way, you explain how you recycle. You've got games. You're told that's nice, that's right, that's wrong, and you have a mini competition for the 10 to 14 years old. Could you show the magazine? It's a large size magazine. The recyclable, the infinitely recyclable metal, and the virtuous loop, the virtuous loop. Exactly. Great. Well done to the technical team producing this. 1.8 million readers are reading this. It will be taken over by teachers. A lot of teachers are reading this at school. Now, Olivier DRAULLETTE, you got to talk about tint canned. My colleague Julien, who could not attend the meeting, I'm going to replace him. UPPIA is the Union for the Promotion of the Industry of Canned Food. It's a French invention. Nicolas Appert, Appertisé, at the end of the 18th century, invented. He lived about 100 years. God. So the ambitions of UPPIA are to maintain or increase the consumption of tinned food, improve this image in spite it's a modern packaging responding to the concerns of people, decoupling production from distribution, because you can preserve food with all the nutritional values for a long time, until 5 years or 6 years sometimes. It's an eternal, timeless product. God. Is there any cause for worry? No. It's a futuristic material responding to the concerns, reducing food waste, preserving food for 5-6 years at ambient temperature with using energy, and being able to export this into the whole world, keeping the qualities of the product. UPPIA is in charge of promoting tinned cans in the French and global markets. They have targeted young people to get people interested in preservation, and there is a video clip which we cannot screen. There's a video clip with a model. I am encouraging all young people to see the video clips on our website, giving all the keys about the changes in tin canned. Bruno, NARCY, you're head of the LEREM, the Lab for Research and Study of metal packages, aluminum and metal packages. It's been around since 1961, and you were not even born. No, I was not born in 60. What is your field of application in terms of products? What are you thinking about, Mr. NARCY? We'll intervene in everything except in the field of tin can. We're going to talk about industrial packages, also, do-it-yourself pots and air spray cans, which are expanding very, very, very big in France. What is your first mission? Acting on safety and control before marketing the product. Yeah, in terms of regulations for transporting hazardous materials. You've got international French rules for hazmat, and we're in charge. We're approved by the ministry to carry out tests to verify that they're able to be transported. What do you mean? You're climbing on them? You let them drop? You drop them from very high. You drop from very high these packages, and you control them. Oh, you're sadistic. God, yeah, we're slightly sadistic. Yes, indeed, yes. And you're doing pressure testing. under different conditions. These tests are highly regulated. You talked about spray cans. You have a lot of work on spray cans, cosmetics for pharmacies, vets, food. You've got air spray cans everywhere. Also at home, yeah, household goods, to clean the oven. You've got a lot of, deodorants, deodorizers, and what have you. And you check all products before they are marketed. Not every product, unfortunately, but on a random basis, we got to check the resilience of the box. That's of the metal package. You check that they can be heated up. Never, expose a spray can to about 50 degrees C. Right. Did you blow up your lab? No, not yet. We hope you won't blow up your lab. There was a challenge, which is the bisphenol A. Is this issue behind us? Of course, it's behind us. You replaced this bisphenol A. Yes, they worked a lot to substitute for something else, for solutions which have no BPA. Metal today is also a futuristic material. Thank you, gentlemen, for shedding some light on the challenges of the metal industry. 9 minutes. Henri Sapert, head of the Emballages magazine editor, will present the Innovation Lab. We'll talk about pallets made up of corrugated cardboard. See you later in 10 minutes, and have a great day at ALL4PACK.